Convention fervour continues in the country as Rashtriya Prajatantra Party has elected a new leadership while Nepali Congress has held provincial convention. Rajendra Lingden, an influential leader from eastern Nepal, has emerged as the new RPP chairman. In NC provincial convention, old faces have rolled the roost as per preliminary results. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Rajendra Lingden bags the RPP chairmanship, defeats Kamal Thapa by just over 200 votes. Thapa congratulates Lingden. NC convention results also trickle in. Provinces serve as a political playground. Increasing the number of ministries from 49 to 77 could add 30 billion rupees to the state coffer annually. At least one person killed and dozens other injured after a volcano erupts in Indonesia's Java island. And Brigade Boys taking on 3-1 Army Club in the Martyrs Memorial A Division League football. 3-1 Army looking for first win. Rajendra Lingden has won the Rashtriya Prajatantra Party's chairmanship, defeating incumbent chairman Kamal Thapa by just over 200 votes. As per the vote counting this morning, Rajendra Lingden bagged 1,844 votes against Kamal Thapa's 1,617 votes. Some 413 votes were declared invalid, while Lingden had led the vote counting right from the start. Meanwhile, Kamal Thapa congratulated his compatriot Lingden through a tweet after the results were declared. Thapa has also condemned the interference of former King Gyanendra Shah in the party politics. Earlier news reports had circulated about the former king's support to Lingden. Likewise, Bikram Pandey, Buddhiman Tamang, Dhruva Bahadur Pradhan and Roshan Karki under women candidate have been elected as RPP vice chairpersons. Thawal Samsher Rana, Bhuvan Pathak and Kunti Shahi under women candidate have emerged victorious as RPP general secretaries. Lalit Chand Shahi has won the provincial president in Karnali province as per the latest update on Nepali Congress provincial convention. Shahi was a leadership faction candidate as he bagged 422 votes out of a total of 754. His closest contestant, Bhupendra Jung Shahi, garnered 317 votes. Meanwhile, in Bagmati, none of the three presidential candidates could secure a majority as voting would take place again at 11:30 this morning. According to Election Committee, Indra Bania received 992 votes, Jagdish Narsingh Kesi 872 votes and Bhimsen Das Pradhan 197 votes. As per Congress statute, it requires at least 51% of the total votes cast to win the election. The next round of voting will be contested between the two highest votes receivers, Bania and Kesi. In Gandaki province, Shukraraj Sharma of Paudel panel has won the provincial president, garnering 692 votes out of a total of 1,146 votes. Sharma defeated Arjun Joshi of leadership faction as most of the candidates from Sharma panel have emerged victorious. Votes counting is underway in Sudur Paschim, Lumbini and Province 1. The provincial governments across the country have been flayed for their inability to fulfill constitutional roles. However, provinces have merely been used as a platform to exercise political gambits. Despite centre's recommendation of 7 ministries, the provinces have expanded the number to as far as 14, making a mockery of federalism, good governance and prosperity goals. More in this report. Bagmati province on Saturday split the existing 8 ministries into 14. Replacing the erstwhile UML government, CPN Unified Socialist Chief Minister Rajendra Pandey was compelled to double the number of ministries to quell the demand of rising aspirants in the 5-party coalition. In Province 1, led by Unified Socialist Rajendra Rai, efforts are underway to increase the number of ministries to 11 to 13 from 7 in a bid to keep the coalition government aloft. In Lumbini province, the former Chief Minister Shankar Pokhrel has indulged in appointing new minister overnight in a bid to save the UML government. The incumbent Chief Minister Kulprasad Kesi of Maoist Centre has increased the number of ministries to 13. Province 2 and Kantipur have similar cases to narrate, as the number of ministries has been increased to 11 from 7. The former Chief Minister of Karnali Province, Mahendra Bahadur Shahi, had increased the number of ministries to accommodate floor-crossing lawmakers from Nepali Congress and UML. Understandably and unfortunately, the number of ministries has been increased in view of power equation rather than need-based. The Federal Administrative Reconstruction Committee and Public Expenditure Review Commission had recommended provincial governments to limit the number of ministries to 7. However, recommendation has been completely ignored, while the addition of a single ministry is increasing the state expenditure by up to 1 billion rupees annually. The figure suggests that increasing the number of ministries from 49 to 77 will add up 30 billion rupees to the state coffer annually. Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma, after announcing the budget, had said 10% development budget will be spent every month. According to the Finance Minister, capital expenditure should be at least 25%. However, the development expenditure is still below 6% so far. The strategy of increasing development budget thus has been limited to mere statement. Finance Minister Sharma had said that the 10% development budget would be spent every month, a day after the Parliament endorsed the replacement bill of budget back in September. When asked regarding the model of budget expenditure, Finance Minister Sharma had claimed that 80% would be spent even as the budget was endorsed very late. However, merely 5.54% of total development budget has been spent so far, even as the new budget was announced almost 2.5 months ago. Officials at the Finance Ministry, meanwhile, maintained silence when asked regarding the implementation of spending 10% development budget every month as claimed by the Finance Minister. Experts have pointed out delay in completion of project contracts as the main reason for the failure in expenditure of enough development budgets. The monitoring part is feeble even as contractors are selected on time. To add to the complexity, most of the contractors who fail to complete projects on time get political protection. In many cases, political leaderships, based on their approach, compel the government to allocate budget for the projects not even included in the annual program. With the delay in development budget expenditure, many projects have remained incomplete, while banks have been facing shortfall of investable funds with stagnant taxes in state coffer. This is likely to affect the estimated 7% of economic growth as projected by the government. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked in several districts regarding people's opinion on the division of ministry in the name of power sharing. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मन्त्रीहरू अनि कर्मचारीहरू बढ्दै जाँदाखेरि देशको अर्थतन्त्रले नधान्न सक्छ।
यसमा चाहिँ यो जनतालाई भन्दा यो नेताको भागवण्डा हो।
भागवण्डा गर्नु बढी हुनु भनेको नै हाम्रो नेपाल सरकारलाई चाहिँ घाटा हुनु।
देशको लागि जनताको लागि घातक छ।
जो मन्त्रालयहरू थप गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो चाहिँ नितान्त गलत नै हो।
विकासको लागि अंशबण्डा गर्नु राम्रो कदापि होइन।
Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: what's your take on the use of political influence for the transfer of jail inmates? Your options are A, abuse of power, B, lack of reforms, and C, money speaks. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
Brigade boys are taking on 3-1 Army Club in the Martyrs Memorial A Division League. The match at Dashrath Stadium is slated to kick off at 4:45 p.m. The first runner-up from last season, 3-1 Army, are still looking for the first win of the tournament after playing 2 draws in the first 2 matches. With 2 draws against Nepal Police Club and Machindra, 3-1 Army have only 2 points to show in the 9th position of the league. Brigade boys are in the 4th position with 1 win and 1 draw. Brigade boys defeated APF and played a draw against NRT. New entrants Sadobato are leading the league standings with 7 points, while Manang are in the 2nd position with equal 7 points. And those were our latest headlines. Thank you for watching. Good day.